Happy birthday, Virgo. Welcome to your September 2014 Runescope with me. My name is Amanda. I always recommend that you watch the video for your rising sign to get the most out of these general sun sign readings. Sometimes you may find that your rising sign is more accurate than your sun sign, or sometimes it's a combination of the two that can really give you an accurate guide for the month ahead. So do want to encourage you to do that. And of course, the only way to get a reading for you if you're grappling with certain issues is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a half-an-hour session. Contact me at the email address shown in this video, or it's also below the video if you want to set up an appointment. It can take me a few days to get back to you. Please be patient. I just go in the order that I receive emails. Just depends on how high the demand is when you contact me, but I will get to you, never fear. Last month I did ask you guys what you wanted me to do, and the overwhelming response was that you want me to keep doing the stones. So majority rules here on Runescopes, if nowhere else. However, for those of you who do like the cards and feel more comfortable with those, I'm going to do things a little differently again and just add a tarot card to each position. So trying to keep everybody happy here. You know, that's impossible, but I'm going to do my best. These two systems of divination actually work together very well, and I use them, and those of you who've had a reading with me know that I use both tarot and runes just to give you, you know, as many details and as much accurate information as possible. The tarot, you know, sometimes there are rune questions, sometimes there are tarot questions, so I kind of go back and forth, and they do work very well. So that being said, and thank you everyone for your feedback on that and for letting me know which you prefer. But let me just focus here on my Virgos and what will help most of you the most for September 2014. That's not my white handkerchief there. And hopefully we won't have as many fall off the table as we did last month. Got a bigger surface, so I am thinking that should work better. All right, my Virgos. We get our runes, and let me just went ahead and shuffled before the video because, you know, in the essence of saving time here, I have a lot of these to record. So let's see. As far as the challenging energy around for you in September, Virgo, somebody, you may be dealing with somebody who is judgmental or criticizing you. Or maybe, you know, this can always work in both ways. Maybe you are being overly critical of someone, and the response you're going to get in September, Virgo, if you're overly critical, and this can be a trait of your sign, you know, so you know, but this is a guide, so if you don't like anything in these readings, of course you can change it. That's why they always say forewarned is forearmed, and it's true. So I mean, if you could watch that in September, you can really kind of turn this energy around. But I mean, if it's you doing the criticizing. But I mean, the response you're gonna get if you criticize someone in September is to push them further away. I mean, if they're already not living up to something, or not meeting their responsibilities, not doing their equal share, whether this is in a relationship, a business partnership, maybe this is a coworker. It'll be different for all of you, as there are so many of you. But the effect this is going to have if you're overly critical in September, Virgo, is to make this person even more despondent, more apathetic to your wishes. And, you know, and those of you who are dealing with legalities, divorces, anything like that, you may find that there are delays, or you may find that somebody doesn't show up when they're supposed to be there. You know, if there's a hearing or court date, or you know, a mediation, they may not show up and cause this to be delayed even further, or continued, or that kind of thing. So just be aware of that, that's the challenging energy in September, Virgo. It is something though you can turn around if it's you, if it's on your side. For some of you, this may be out of your control if it's the other person who is not, who is, you know, not only not doing what they're supposed to be doing, not meeting their responsibilities, but then having the nerve to turn around and criticize you. That could be a way this works out. So, and those of you who are seeking a lawyer or interference from law enforcement, I mean, you may find that, you know, maybe you have a lawyer and you talk to a lawyer and he doesn't really impress you. Definitely don't settle in this situation. The indications are here if you're looking for representation or if you're dealing with law enforcement and something's not getting done, go to someone else. Don't kind of, you know, wait for somebody who is obviously not doing anything. Talk to their superior, or if it's law enforcement, or talk to another lawyer. Maybe get referrals from someone you know who's recently you know, been through a similar situation or know someone who has. Word of mouth is really the best way to get any kind of representation or any kind of help like that. So just keep that in mind in September, Virgo. This, for a lot of you, this may be around a relationship. So this could be a divorce, or it could be, you know, arguments within an existing partnership. You know, you may just no longer, you may have always been trying to see the good in someone, Virgo, but now it's just kind of like you're not seeing that anymore. I mean, it's kind of like the blinders have come off. And, you know, so some of you may have been trying to hold on, thinking that things were going to improve, thinking that, you know, maybe things could go back to the way they were in the beginning, or, you know, this person, you know, I can change him with my love. Change him or her with my love, I will say. It's coming up as a King of Cups reversed, but yeah, it can be a female as well if you are a male Virgo or Virgo rising. But yeah, it's just somebody who is very much kind of a charmer, a player. These people are normally very charismatic, and that's how they kind of draw people in. But normally this charismatic mask is to hide a void inside, or just an emptiness where a soul should be sometimes. And that's a worst case scenario. Sometimes it's just masking, you know, issues and hurts from the past. But I mean, you know, that's going to take therapy and somebody with a PhD or you know, a qualified professional to delve into. You can't fix someone with your love, Virgo, no matter how great you are. You know, that's why good people get involved with bad people. Because you feel that good underneath, but until that person is ready to tap into that and really bring that to the surface, there's nothing you can do about it. You're just kind of spinning your wheels. So I think in September, you know, you may be less inclined to whitewash things, Virgo, where someone else is concerned, and you may be less inclined to fall victim to their line of BS. Because I do feel like for most of you, this is an ongoing relationship. It does not have to be romantic. Again, going back, it can be, you know, a business partnership or a coworker, or somebody who's just not, who maybe started out like you were, it was a positive thing, and now they are, you know, definitely not what you thought they were. Help that's going to be available to you is going to come in the form of, I want to say, delays and frustrations will occur where you need them to. So if you're trying to push ahead something too quickly, say for example, because we have the Empress card here in reverse, say for example that this relationship is a bit unstable, because it does look like, you know, for most of you there may be some issues here. Say you were trying to get pregnant, but now you're not so sure. If there are delays in that around in September, Virgo, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. For those of you who are looking to, if there are delays and issues around property or inheritance, or a new project you were trying to start, this is going to work out in your favor, because maybe it's not supposed to happen with this person or at this time, or, you know, it's because there's something better coming in. That's always the case with delays. So, but yeah, for most of you, I do feel like this may be around, you know, inheritance or family issues, delays and frustrations. You may feel like you're vulnerable or have made yourself vulnerable to someone. The truth is, Virgo, if you have made yourself vulnerable, that's going to work out in your favor in the end. It's people are going to see in the end, however this situation works out, that, you know, well, this person was honest. This person was telling the truth. You know, so it may be that you need to kind of back off from whatever this situation is in September and just give it some breathing room, Virgo. Don't rush full steam ahead into new things and new beginnings in September. Because it looks like you need a little distance, you need a little perspective. And so yeah, this can be around new projects, new jobs, anything new. But for a lot of you with that rune, it normally is property issues, moving. You may have to delay that for a little bit. Just don't rush into anything. Take your time and let September unfold a little bit. You know, and then as you get towards the end of September, I feel like you'll have all the information that you need to move ahead, and you won't don't feel bad for showing emotion or for being vulnerable, Virgo, because, I mean, emotions that are not expressed stay bottled up, and then we just, you know, will explode. And you really will. Or it can manifest as an illness. It can make you sick. You know, society trains us to keep that all inside. And even here in America, Europeans, yes, we are, especially men, are trained to, you know, don't show emotion. Well, why are we not allowed to show them? Would humans have emotions if we weren't allowed or supposed to show them? Express that, Virgo. And don't feel bad for expressing it. Because I feel like maybe somebody needs to see how they've hurt you. Maybe somebody needs to see how vulnerable you can be, and that you're coming from a place of truth, and you're coming from a place of pain. And, you know, maybe that's the only thing that's going to get someone to see maybe the ramifications of what they've done. Or you know, we're all here to learn from each other, Virgo. And if you keep that masked, maybe this person would never learn that lesson. So keep that in mind in September. What can't be changed is that the new beginnings you want to start, going back to this, whatever it is, that this new idea, new venture, new relationship, whatever it is that you want to start, it's just going to be delayed for a little bit. It's not that it's never going to happen. But in September, it does seem like there needs to be a bit of a delay. Because again, there's more information that you need to know. It's necessary that you kind of hold off on this. But I think it's coming up so much because it's going to be difficult for you. So you either really want to jump into this, you've met someone you really like, you want to get out of this old relationship, if this was a divorce or a relationship that you want out of. And some of you, it may be because you have children involved that you have to kind of delay, and you have to, you know, make sure that they make the transition and that they understand what's going on. So, I mean, it could be for the benefit of children that you already have. You know, that you have to kind of hold back and work things out in a certain way, or go about things in a certain way. And but on the inside, you may be like, oh, I just want to get out of this and get on with this. So yeah, ladies, Virgo ladies, there may be, I've got a Knight of Rods coming up. So, I mean, this could be somebody who is, you know, he would probably be in his 20s to early 30s. So kind of a younger guy. You know, and like this may be somebody that's come into your life recently or comes in September, but for whatever reason, there's you can't really move it forward. So you single Virgos, definitely get the number. You know, make a move. And I know women are uncomfortable doing that sometimes, but I mean, I feel like you'll regret it if you don't. I feel like you'll kind of be kicking yourself, and it doesn't have to be a number. Just be like, you know, can I get your email address? Because, you know, or give them your business card, you know, something, exchange business cards, because I feel like you should kind of take the initiative, Virgo, and make sure that you have a way to contact this person. But don't be surprised that even if you do contact a new prospect in September, if maybe it takes a while for this person to get back to you. However, again, it's just a delay. Don't freak out. It's just a delay. It doesn't mean that you're never going to hear from this person, but there may be a bit of a delay in September around all new beginnings. However, you could meet somebody who is going to be significant in your life. It just may take off a little bit more after we get past September here. By the end of September, I see you really, you know, you're going to be more emotional than you normally are, Virgo. And this may have to do with a message that you get or news that you get that is not you really, it's really not what you wanted to hear. You know, so I mean, there could be some disappointing news. You may have to visit someone or be dealing with someone who is unwell, a friend or family member. Or you may get a message from a Queen of Cups type. Okay, the Queen of Cups is going to be a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer woman or rising, or she could have traits of a water sign, normally a very nurturing woman, a very giving woman, probably a good mother, probably very artistic, into the arts, music, film, that sort of thing. So if you have someone like that in your life, you could get a message about her that maybe she's not doing well, or you could just get a message from her that's bad news. You may find out something about a Queen of Cups that involves someone else that hurts you in some way or is disappointing to you in some way. So, you know, again, it's going to be different for all of you, just kind of throwing out some of the possibilities that I see with this combination. The thing is, though, I mean, it seems like, Virgo, that maybe you've been bottling up your emotions for a long time and they need to come out in September. They need, because again, with all of these cups and, you know, it needs to come out. It's going to be cathartic for you. It's going to make you feel better. You know, we can't hold all of that inside. So yeah, have a good sobbing cry if you need it. Or, you know, break something if you're angry. I mean, it doesn't always have to be, you know, a sad situation. Maybe it's anger, or maybe it's both. And, you know, you need to get all of that out. Just don't hurt anyone physically in the process, Virgo. I would understand if you're tempted, but, you know, definitely get all of those emotions out. And if you are invited out for your birthday with friends, if you're a female and you're invited out with your lady friends, go out and have a good time, because I think that you may be like, I just got too much going on and all this stress and I don't want to go. And, you know, if you can, Virgo, definitely, you know, if you're not in the mood for a big night out or a big thing, then just be like, well, let's just do dinner, or, you know, do something low key, or, you know, just have some people over, or, you know, something, do something for your birthday to kind of take your mind off of, you know, the stuff that's going on. And so a bit of a serious reading, Virgo. September is going to be a month where, you know, you're figuring out what your next step's going to be. And so you're reevaluating what, you know, the people in your life and the situations, and trying to handle all these simultaneous relationships. And sometimes that gets to be very overwhelming, because, you know, we have so many people and different relationships in our lives that we have to kind of balance. So yeah, you are going to be trying to figure out what your next step is, Virgo. And I think by the end of September, you're going to figure it out. But it's going to take going deep. It's going to take going to the emotional place. And you're not always comfortable going there, going back to this feeling vulnerable Rune. But it's necessary. It's necessary, so that you can kind of walk through this doorway and get to the next phase, the next chapter. So that is what I see, Virgo. Happy birthday again. I hope you do go out and celebrate. Good luck with September, and I'll see you back here in October.